So who are the foreigners?
The foreigners, just us two guys trying to build a platform of like the lowest equipment possible or whatever provided to us. Our phones that we have, the cameras that's on it, and trying to go against what people are telling us, like, oh, buy a camera, buy a mic, go do this and that. Like, no, we're gonna like just start off with what we have and then build on upon that and so on.
So you guys in a way are going against the current and sort of building your own model, building your own way of living your life basically through YouTube. How has that been challenging? Have you guys received some negative feedback on the way?
If I would be honest, it would be probably 1% to 99%. Like, I would say 99% all support and 1% just, which we don't even like see it. I don't mind that. Like, that does not affect us.
So what does that 1% categorize? Like, what is that hate that you guys receive?
I wouldn't say real hate. I look at it as like constructive criticism, even if it's hate, even if they feel that way, or I don't know how they feel, so I'll just look at it as constructive criticism and use that for our own good instead of like dwelling on it or like stumbling on it or something. I truly believe like whatever you put out comes back. So if you're putting out love or like positivity, you're not gonna face any like negativity. If your intentions like are good, then you'll find you're not gonna face any like negative or any like like hate or something.
So how was your upbringing as a kid? What was your family like?
Just a low middle class regular family, and then kind of like I didn't realize where I was at like as a low middle class until actually like my family got a little better financially, and I look back and I was like, whoa, like we were kind of struggling because like you don't appreciate like what's good until you see the other side of it. So you have to see both sides to be able to like tell the difference. So I wasn't aware of what I was living. I was like I thought it was a normal life until I saw like a better life. I was like, yeah, we were definitely struggling.
So that struggle, what did it consist of?
Just financial.
Financial struggle. How about for you? How was your upbringing as a child?
Well, I was born here in California, and I didn't see much difference until I was more out there and I met new people. I met a lot of new people, and it just gave me a different perspective of seeing things, and I got a different vibe than from where I was born. And from that, I'm talking about like LA. I felt like a whole different vibe. A lot of outgoing people. My parents were, I can't say, they were struggling, and I think like up to this day, they don't struggle, but they do work a lot to make some money. And I want to help them on that and be a bigger person and, just be there for them, carry them, and give them in return what they gave me as a little kid.
So tell me a little bit more about your first job. What was your first job like?
My first job was, I didn't like it, honestly. I was a dishwasher. I was 14 years old, working under the table. But that taught me a lot, honestly, that there's bigger dreams out there. So I put my head into it and started to work. And that's when I started my YouTube channel, And I thought about it, I was like, oh yeah, I'm like very outgoing, and I'm very like I can act a lot, So that's where I started my YouTube channel.
So when the foreigners, who came up with the idea of the foreigners?
Like I said, I mentioned earlier, YouTube has been something like planted, I'll say, in the back of my mind. Like, but then, like when I was a kid, I was like always like into like gaming videos and all that, just me and my brother. But that got slept on a lot, like just left it. And then recently, like I was just looking at like our daily life, and I was like, bro, like just already have the idea of YouTube. And like I said, like I'm not from here. So the word, if you're asking about the word of foreigners, where it came from, is because I'm actually foreign. So that's where it came. That's where that came from.
I look at it as like, I want to go visit a lot of foreign places, and I want to actually, I can say I want to live out there, but then again, I don't. You know, it's kind of hard, but I know I'm gonna meet a lot of foreign places. So there's that for the foreigners.
It was like nothing like planned, like nothing like, oh, like I don't plan like a year before, like, oh, like next year we're gonna start this YouTube channel, we're gonna put this and that and that. Like it was just like an idea that just sparked up, like that got attracted or something. I don't know.
What made you put an eye on Ollie's that you both wanted to collaborate on a YouTube channel?
He was getting close to my family, and then he was always me and my brother, so we're always like together, hanging out and stuff. So I was like, he's good in front of the camera, and then boom. Like,
It was there for us, an opportunity. We took it.
Awesome, cool. Tell me a little bit more about your parents. Who are they?
My mom, I don't want to say disabled, but she does have like chronic back problems, so she cannot work because it's chronic. She cannot like cure it. My dad's a music teacher. He's been doing that for his whole life, so I love music a lot because of my dad. And I love art in general. Like anything that has to do with creating, I'm there. Like I love creating art.
So let's go to your YouTube channel now. You guys have garnered a lot of attention and a lot of following amongst teenagers. How does that make you feel? Does it drive you to make more content or sort of structure your content in a different way?
It honestly makes me so happy. I have some kids that actually show love to others, and like it just makes me really happy because that's what we want. That's what we're here for. That's what we want to do.
That's the platform.
Yeah.
And then like
spread.
talking about like how does it make us feel of, like, or structuring our content. I do believe in evolution. Like wherever you start is not where you're gonna, how you're gonna be when you end, and you evolve. Like so like it's like an evolution. You know, you start and you just gotta keep going. Like if you have to change something, you have to like do this and that. That's where we're gonna do that. Like whatever content we have to create, whatever like things we have to change, depending on our way like moving forward, is just gonna happen.
So when you go out and do these on-site visits to middle schoolers in different schools, what's your goal?
Laughs.
Laugh.
Bro, like we
Smiles.
literally just go out there to have fun, and as we're having fun, you can see they're having fun as well, and that's literally the most important thing in my opinion is
That they have more fun than us.
is laughing. It's like you're having fun, everyone's having fun. That just gives out more better energy.
I think we get more excited meeting them than they meet us.
Yeah, that's definitely like
Yeah.
like when we meet, like I don't want to say fans, I want to say supporters
Yeah.
because I don't like that word fans. Like oh, like they're supporting us. So when we meet our supporters, we get more excited to meet them than us. Like, but they don't know that. Like,
Yeah, they don't know that.
but we actually get more excited to meet them. Like, it's crazy.
So some will say you guys are doing this to gain money or to go towards fame. Is that the case here?
Well, it depends on like how you describe money. I believe money is like the tool to get something. Money is not the main thing. Like, you know, like
We don't look at it that.
like use money to like, let's say like buy the camera that you want to make that thing. So money is the tool. Money is not like the main goal. Like I'm not gonna like make all my videos just so I can wait for that paycheck. You know, I'm not doing it for money. And then like I mentioned earlier, we canceled the monetization on our videos due to the ads, and then like they're not enough pay yet. You know?
So there was a recent statistic that came out from 2007, 2015. Suicides amongst teenagers from 15 to 19 has increased by 30% in boys and has doubled in girls. At their phone roughly 150 times a day. Out of those 150 times, you're being watched at least once. Mm-hmm. How does that make you feel, and how does that change sort of the vision you have? Does it make you doubt or change?
It's actually like a privilege to be able to like to have the advantage to like affect someone's life in like a positive way, since they're looking at their phone and they're looking at us. So we have the ability to be able to like perhaps like help someone that's going through something. Which is talking about suicide, and then the main cause of suicide probably been depression and anxiety. Mm-hmm. And then so spreading positivity and happiness might kind of like shift.
And when you read those text messages or those direct messages on social media, mm-hmm. What goes through your mind when someone says, I watched your video and I laughed, even though I'm going through this?
Oh, makes us really happy, honestly.
It's just pure joy, like.
Yeah.
It's just like,
And then like,
it's like the most purest form of happiness, honestly. Like, no like exaggeration or anything.
So when you hear the statistic that I just gave you, what goes through your mind? Does that want you to change or sort of use your platform to?
It makes me sad, and I don't want to say mad, because I'm not mad at them, obviously not him. I'm mad at the fact that the society we live in is like causing people to get depressed or causing people to go through anxiety. Like people like are trying to fight drugs and stuff, because that like that's causing suicide, but they're not looking at the bigger picture where like society is what causing people to commit suicide, not the drugs. People are going to drugs because they're running away from society. You know, like we need to fix ourselves together as society to help those people instead of like trying to fight drugs. Yes, I'm against drugs, but that's not the main cause of suicide. Not the first cause. Society. People like judging people. People like not letting people be what they want, and that shifts them to the depression state, and then they go to drugs to help with the depression. They get addicted to drugs, and then it just goes downhill from there.
So what steps are you guys doing to be happy with yourselves?
what do you mean by like steps?
So I mean, you mentioned you read a lot.
Yes, I do.
How does reading play a factor within creating videos?
Well, if you're talking about like film books, then not just like producing, but I'm talking about I read like I said like business related books, film related books, and life related books.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most thing that affects our videos is the life related books. Like it just like
there's like a lot of knowledge in there.
And then reading like it's just like it's like some sort of like meditation. Like it just like clears your mind. Like when you're reading the book, you're only thinking about the book, nothing about any problems outside. Like, so it's kind of like my go-to. Like I read every night just so I can, or I read every morning too, just so I can like clear my mind. Like I love reading. And then reading helps our videos. Knowledge is free. I believe knowledge is free. Everyone's supposed to know whatever we know. And then, so like reading like some people don't like reading. So if we read and we're able to deliver that message to the people without them having to read the books, then
that'll be great.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Do you read?
Yes, I do read. I read when I have the chance to, like when I have free time at home, because like I said, I like going out a lot. So yeah, that's kind of a bit of a problem. But anyways, yeah, I get to read when I have the chance at home.
What's the dynamic between you two? What is there like a spark when you guys
actually
start filming?
We're the exact opposite personalities, which is what makes us like a better duo. Like I'm more like a laid back, like I don't like for example, like he would rather go to a party and I would rather just stay home. And that type of personality is like what like makes us like better like duo.
Stronger.
Yeah. If we were the same, I'll probably be more static. Or the ideas wouldn't be like we wouldn't be able like to discuss ideas because we'd be agreeing on the same thing. But if we can discuss an idea and like disagree and
put them
agree
together
and come up with a newer idea, then that's what helps us build a better idea. Because like if we agree on the same idea,
then it'll just be like
it will just be that idea. But then if we disagree and agree and like argue about the idea, and then a new idea will be born, that's what kind of makes like a better content.
So when you guys hit that record button, do your personalities change?
Nope, same person.
Same person.
That's the main thing that I go for. It's like we're not in a movie right now, so creating YouTube videos is not a movie. We're just filming our what we're doing. Like we're not really like if I was a movie star, yes, like you know they train for years and get in a character for a long time, but we're not doing that. You know, we're just like camera, and I usually like try to practice being on camera, just being myself. Cause it is kind of hard being yourself on camera. Like this is just natural human things. Like you get nervous, you feel like you can't be yourself. But then it just takes practice to be yourself on camera.
So would you say that Andre and Ali's are the same person on camera and off camera?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But if it were to come to like a movie scene, obviously I'm gonna have to be.
Yeah, we're talking about YouTube right now. Like, we're talking about our channel, like our platform.
Yeah.
That's
because I see a lot of people take YouTube as like you have to be a whole different person, but you really don't. Like.
But that's the thing that makes you stand out is when you're being yourself on the cameras. That's what makes you stand out more. And people just like I think people miss that idea, miss that concept.
And I'm pretty sure you guys have been recognized when you guys are out and about on the streets.
Yes.
Yes.
How does that make you guys feel? Or what are those interactions with people?
It's always people showing love.
Yeah. Always, they want to get a picture with us, and I'm just like, oh wow.
But then in my head I'm like, this is what I want. Like,
yeah.
so I'm not gonna be like,
This is what we pictured.
this is what we visualize. So I'm not like, it's not really surprising. It's more than like exciting.
Yeah, exciting. Yeah.
So what goes on to create content? Who's the main idea in this channel? Who's the one that brings all the ideas to the table?
I would say both of us. Honestly.
Yeah, there's no like main idea. Like,
Yeah.
some videos he comes up with, and then to us it doesn't matter. Like, if idea is born, like maybe like he comes up with the idea, or I come up with it, we discuss it, we agree, disagree, and like I said, like we disagree on ideas, agree, and build a new idea, or combine two ideas together to make one content, like one video. I mean, and yeah.
So when you look back at your childhood, both of you guys, when you guys look back at your childhood and you look at where you guys are right now, does that sort of inspire you to keep moving forward?
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
Totally.
Definitely.
In what way?
I would say I was a big troublemaker, so that really inspired me. Like I can't like, I really did change a lot, honestly, and like my parents are proud of me too, you know, because I was a big troublemaker, really big one, especially in school.
What pushes me is I've actually like noticed in the past 2 years, or a lot of friends, they've changed because of me or what I'm doing, or my interaction with them changes them because of like, and that just drives me more because if they're changing to the better, becoming a better person, like a better version of themselves, then I'm happy. And then of course me too, like I'm becoming a better version of myself as well.
Are both of you guys happy?
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
very happy. I'm completely happy. I'm thankful for everything, which is what drives happiness.
Yes.
I'm thankful for every little thing in my life.
Even the smallest things.
Let's go, Andre, let's go back to January 2017.
Ooh.
You tore your
Tore my
ACL.
ACL.
How
A
was
year
that?
before starting our YouTube channel.
How was that?
I was never thinking about YouTube channel when I tore my ACL.
And before we talk about this, we were both actually playing
On the same team. Yeah.
high school.
Football.
Soccer.
No, soccer.
Okay.
Soccer.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I tore my ACL. Actually, the first 20 minutes of the season, I was having the best season of my life. It was the preseason. I was playing so good, and I tore my ACL first 20 minutes of the season. And then I got carried out to the hospital. And then, yeah, and then I had surgery. I was in bed for like 4 months. I could not get out of my house for 4 months.
And in those 4 months, what happened?
I was on narcotics. Straight.
How was that?
It's like it's like sweet and like not good at the same time. Like it's good and not good because it's good when you're not in that when you're not in your state of mind. Like it's good physically, you know. Narcotics make your body feel good, which is what causes addiction. But then when you snap out of it, you're like, whoa, like. And now it gives me like a wider perspective on people that do actually go through drug addiction. It makes me understand like their way of looking at life. Like.
So was your drug addiction
It was very slight.
slight, but was it hindered because of depression? Or did narcotics put you into depression?
No, it wasn't because of depression at all. It was because of pain, actually. I was taking it for body pain because of my knee. It was like causing a lot of pain. But then they're so strong that you're like, you get to the state of thinking where you're like, well, what, you're just waiting for your next pill. Like, I just want to take my next pill, or you just can't wait. And then like your tolerance goes up. So when you take the pill, you won't feel it no more. And you're like, I want 2 pills. And you take 2 pills, and then for a while, then you start on feeling. You're like, you want a higher dose. And you go to your doctor, and you're like, I want a higher dose. And it just keeps going. Like, but then, thankful for knowledge, or I had like a knowledge beforehand, where like I knew about depression, I knew about addiction. It kind of like stopped me from keep going on the. Like I snapped. I was like, look, I need to stop this. I just dumped everything out in the toilet and flushed it away. I was like, I'm stopping.
When it comes to spirituality, are you always seeking to be content with yourself? Always
Yeah,
seeking-
spirituality. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys do in order to reach that level of contentment, or to be in sort of calm state?
Like it's more like surrounding yourself with that energy. Like if you're happy and like he's happy and you're happy and everyone around you is happy, you're surrounded by that positive energy, and then that kind of like reflects on your spiritual level. I'm not trying to get too spiritual, but kind of reflects. It kind of affects you as well. And of course, like it's just like energy flowing. It's an energy flow. Like if you're positive and happy, you're just gonna keep going, and you're gonna like naturally be like content with everything.
Yeah, I think like God gave us that power. Each one of us a different power. For us to spread it around, you know.
So you mentioned to me that you grew up, that you sort of just changed over time.
Yeah.
That you were a troublemaker, and that you like going out a lot. How has going out before changed to going out now? What do you do differently now that you used to do?
I go to parties a lot. I go out pretty late, when back then I would go out maybe like in the afternoon, but now it's like
just growing up basically.
Yeah.
So who are you guys' biggest support right now?
Biggest support?
Like who's your, I guess like your backbone in everything you do?
Little kids.
Little kids. Why?
Because, you know, as a little kid, like, there's no hate in little kids' hearts. Like, it's pure love. Until they get to that one stage, you know, like, once they get to the real world and see, like, there's surrounded by negative people. So, like, when you get pure love from kids, like, kids don't hate, you know? There's no hate in kids' hearts. So that's like our main support, because it's pure love.
Mm-hmm.
And do you guys see yourself doing this for a long time?
Doing what exactly?
YouTube.
Yes, I would say.
But
long time is in what? Like
years.
Like
years
maybe
or
five to
5
10
years,
years.
10 years.
Maybe 5 to 10 years, yeah.
5 to 10 years,
Yeah.
still on YouTube.
But then I feel like there'll be a big opportunity for us.
Like,
It's waiting for us.
What's your end goal? What do you want to achieve?
Well, I know YouTube is very helpful for acting, like I said, because I like acting a lot. So like, I feel like I could be a movie star. I could see myself being a movie star.
yeah, and I'm making a point on that. Like, I'm more like the behind the scenes type of guy. Like, I like more like production, direction, like all the editing stuff. And he's more like, so that's what makes us like more like a better YouTube channel as well.
So like, we both basically want to maybe start a movie, and he can be the one.
Like, I wouldn't mind being in front of a camera. Like, I'm fine with that. But I would rather be like behind the camera, you know, doing everything, running the show basically.
Do you guys see yourself working together within
Yes.
the future?
Yeah.
Awesome. So I know you've done a couple modeling here and there. Is that your passion, or is?
Yes. Honestly, that's another passion.
Let's talk about it.
I don't remember when it was like my first picture that caught my attention, that I wanted to be a model, because I never saw myself being a model either. It's just like, I feel like you find your talent out of nowhere. It's like it's right there, and like I found it when I took this one first picture, but I don't remember. But yeah, I just thought like I had like the style and the body, and I would get that a lot too, you know. So that's what made me like very like motivated, and made me to want to be a model. So I think like that's what made me want to be a model too.
So I have a quote from a teenager here in the Central Coast, 12 years old. When asking him what he thought about the Foreigners, he said, this is Johnny from Seaside, said, "The Foreigners have inspired me. I want to be like them." How does that make you feel? That people want to be like you?
Amazing. That's like the best feeling ever. Like,
I don't even think there's a word for amazing, like other than amazing. It's really,
yeah, like a lot of people be like, oh, I don't want this guy to copy me. I don't want this guy to do what I'm doing. Like, they get so like negative about it. Like, no, I love that. Like,
yeah,
that's like, that drives us to like keep going. If we're opening the way for someone, you know, that's fine.
So talking about mental health and sort of people going through depression in these stages where they refuge themselves on their phone, do you guys want to create content that will uplift have laughter.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the main goal.
Yeah.
Like this is literally the main like reason why we're doing it
for the kids. Any message you want to send out to your viewers? What when they think about you guys, what do you want people to think about Andre? What do you want people to think about you?
To look at us, to look at
like I have like a stand behind something. Go ahead.
Oh, I would say a leader, as a leader, both of us, and like very inspiring manner. But yeah,
I stand on a different side. Like people made like the most important lines cliche. Like if you tell someone be yourself, they don't look at it as a cliche line. Like, oh, everyone says that. Like they will not take it like as a serious like quote. You know, like be like, oh, this is like a very like common word. Everyone says that. Like, but they don't take it into consideration. Like actually being yourself is like it's like the I don't know how to word it. Like being yourself is like the way to go. I want to say, but people make that so cliche. Like it's so ignored. It's so pushed to the side. Like just being yourself is like literally like the spark of success behind everything. Like that's what I believe. Like.
But what's like wrong about that is that a lot of people judge and they think they can't be themselves because they get so judged. You know?
Yeah, just judging is like causing depression.
Yeah.
As well. Like I don't know. It's just like we made the most important like I'll say quotes to go by cliche like because like people just like didn't like give it as much importance as like it should get. Like being yourself, being happy, being positive. Those are like two cliche lines that people just go past by, like not even like taking into consideration. But these like things are like some of the most important things that like affect or speak for myself in my life. You know, changes like a better way. So I think that's what I would say to everybody.
And finally, who's the one that keeps each other on track?
What do you mean by that? Like,
if you get out of line or you're not putting your mind into the creativity.
Oh, okay, I see.
Well, we both do that. This is why I believe like who you surround yourself by is very important. Like if you surround yourself by like-minded people, so like if you fall off track, then they're gonna be there like yo, like you're messing up.
Like we're letting each other know, you know.
Yeah, like
you did this wrong.
Like it's just surrounding yourself by the right people is like another like main like cause of like having like a healthy like mindset or something like. Because if we think alike, and then like if I mess up, then he's thinking the same way as I'm thinking or similar, so he's gonna see it, or vice versa.
And if you think like you're surrounding yourself with like bad people, I think you should be there for them, not ignore them, because you know you should support them as well, and like try to tell them, you know.
Finally, what can we expect from the Foreigners in the next year or two?
It's a show. Not gonna speak a lot on that, but yeah.
Okay.
A show, hopefully.
Yeah, that's a vibe. She wanna fight.